up, everybody? Andrew Godsmith here, Godsmith the Chaos. This is the new Dark Magician deck profile for you. Now, it is not actually Dark Magician, but it has Dark Magician in the deck. Before I get started, don't forget to hit that like button down below and subscribe to my channel. May the heart forever be in your cards. Love you all. Let's go. First off, playing the old Dark Magician, the OG Dark Magician. Now, it's been a very long time since Dark Magician has been good. A very long time. Probably never. But in the anime, Yugi used Dark Magician. And with Dark Magician was an amazing aspect to his deck. So, for that reason, we're playing one Dark Magician, the old Dark Magician, and now the future Dark Magician, Nightmare Magician. If you take a look at Nightmare Magician, he looks very similar to our good friend and our best friend, the Dark Magician. This is a drawing done by the creator, but if you look at most of Dark Magician's archetype or Dark Magician cards, this is kind of like the stance that he sort of has. Also, nightmares are kind of dark, right? You don't say you've had a nightmare and it was a happy, light dream. It's usually a dark dream. So, nightmare, kind of spin off of being dark. Magician. So they both are magicians, and also they both are dark attributes. So they are both dark magicians. I know you can say that about other archetypes too, but you know what? Dark Magician, Nightmare Magician, they're very similar. Also have very similar stats with attack of 2500 and defense of 2000 and defense of 2100. Now, Dark Magician in the anime and his original stats was defense of 2000. So Nightmare Magician is kind of like the original Dark Magician. Get back to the profile. Here I go. Okay, so one Dark Magician, one Nightmare Magician, who is the future Dark Magician. Now, Nightmare Magician is also Illusion archetype. So we are playing 3 Nightmare Apprentice, who also kind of looks very familiar. She looks just like Apprentice Illusion Magician, which in her name, Apprentice, Illusion, and she's also clearly a magician. Dark, same attribute, same thing, so it goes with our good old Nightmare Magician, which is kind of like Dark Magician and Dark Magician Girl, where this is Nightmare Magician Apprentice. I know Apprentice Illusion Magician wasn't exactly Dark Magician Girl, but he was one of Dark Magician's girls, if you know what I mean. But yeah, three Nightmare Magician, 3 Nightmare Apprentice. Nightmare Apprentice is another one of your 1 card or 1.5 card starters. You need a card for discard for her to be able to work. There's a few cool things that you can do with Nightmare Apprentice that is pretty darn cool. Yes, with the discard, but if you have Master Tau in your hand to discard from Nightmare Apprentice when you already have your target in your graveyard that you want to summon out, works wonderful. Then the normal Chimera cards, like pretty standard. We play 3 Cornfield Twaddle, 3 Mirror Sword Knight, 2 Gazelle, the King of Mythical Claws, and 2 Big Wing Burfnets. You can move Gazelle up to 3 or 2. 2 or 3 of Gazelle is pretty good. I just don't want to see a third one. I mean, within the first 2 turns, you can pretty much go through all 3. But in this deck, I like to have 2 of each, because what I'm trying to do is lock my opponent out from pretty much summoning and using their spell cards. And of course, with Chimera, you want to play 3 Chimera Fusion. This is your absolutely best fusion card. It is a quick effect, so you can use it on both turns, and it's not even once per turn. You can use it as many times as you have it in your hand. So if you draw all 3 and you have 1 card starter in your hand and a hand trap, I mean, it's not optimal, but hey, if you draw all 3, they can probably get all used. And we play 1 Master Tau the Chanter. Absolutely broken card. Absolutely love it. Wish it came in super or even higher as well. It's the only common out of the monsters that we play, but if this card battles a monster, neither can be destroyed by that battle, just like all illusions, or mostly all. If this card is sent to the graveyard, you can target one illusion monster in your graveyard, except for Master Tal the Chanter, special summon it from the graveyard. For the rest of the turn, for the rest of this turn, except illusion monsters, you can use this effect of Master Tal once per turn. So, you're mainly summoning illusion monsters from your graveyard anyways, using this card, because most of your monsters now are illusion. With more and more illusion support that comes out, we'll see how more broken Master the Chanter gets. And we play 1 Diabell's, the original Sin Keeper. This is one of our targets from graveyard that you want to summon out with Master of the Tau, or you can also use one of the Chimera fusion monsters when you banish. You can special summon her as well. Then we play 1 Barrier Statue of the Abyss. It is a fiend monster, so it also works with getting rid of banishing Chimera from your graveyard to special summon a beast, a fiend, or an illusion monster from your graveyard. You'd want to summon out the fiend monster. After I'm done this, I'll show you a combo that you can do where you can get Diabell's out, and if this is already in your graveyard, you can get both on, making your opponent having to set spells before they play them, and locking your opponent out from special summoning anything but dark. And I play 1 Mythical Sheep. I know I should be playing like an Imp Chain, but I don't play that. I don't play the Imp Chain way. 1 Mythical Sheep. Also, it's a beast. It can be any fusion monster that you want to. I have a few cards in the extra deck that I'd like to show you afterwards, and the reason why I use that. You can use this with Chimera Fusion, and it works for anything. You can go into Dragoon with this and Dark Magician. Allows you to get 1 pop, and because it's the Chimera Fusion, you can use it on either person's turn. And because I do play a small branded package in here, we got 3 branded fusion and the 1 Fallen Albaz. Branded fusion is just amazing in this deck. I know I said I would never play branded cards, but this is not a full Dark Magician. I wouldn't play it in like a pure Dark Magician or pure-ish Dark Magician deck, but I am starting to experiment a little bit with it because branded cards are good. I just don't like them. When I started playing again a few years ago, the only decks that were ever played were branded, which is kind of like the Snake Eye now. But yeah, it was just branded was everywhere. It was the only deck that was played, so I just got sick of it. But I'm using it now. I use 2 Triple Tactics Talent. This is to do another hand rip from your opponent if they go to ash you or do something. If you are able to hand rip 2 cards from their hand and they use ash, they're already down to 2, and then if you have Diabell's on the field, they'll have to set cards. So you are looking to only do like monster effects. That's the only thing that they're able to use, and with them drawing and only having 3 cards at the start of their turn, it's going to be really hard for them to do, especially if you have any other negates or anything on the field to stop them or to do some removal. On to hand traps, play 3. On to hand traps, we play 3 Ash Blossom, 3 Effect Failure, pretty standard. Now, this one's a little bit different. I play 1 Frame Gear Delta, or 2 Frame Gear Deltas, and 1 Frame Gear Gamma. Reason being is that they play under Shifter. I know I can be using Ghost Ogre. She seems to be pretty popular right now, stopping Tempai from using their field spell, but Frame Gear Delta stops their field spell as well, and then Gamma stops their monster effect that can also stop them from FTKing you, going second. Frame Gear Delta you want to use to stop their field spell, to negate the summon of it, or negate the activation of it. Yeah, and then 3 Infinite Imperm. If you don't want to play the Frame Gear Delta or Gamma because of the driver, then by all means, play Ghost Ogre. There's 41 cards in this deck because of the Frame Gear driver, or Frame driver. Anyways, on to the extra deck. Of course, play 2 Chimera, King of Phantom Beasts, pretty standard. You can throw in a third one if you have room, but 2 works just as well. 2 Chimera, the Illusion Beasts. This is your big beefy honker guy that can attack over your opponent's monsters if they're in attack position, and if you use 3 or more materials, you're pretty much just going to win right away because you attack once. Neither can be destroyed, so even if you have lower than theirs, you attack with 3100, then you negate their effects and their attacks go down to 0, and because they can't be destroyed, you attack as many times after that with the material that you've had on there. So if you've had 4 materials where you've used 4 monsters to make this guy, then you can attack 4 times, and most likely 4 times 31 is, you know, I'm having issues. What, 12,400 attack? So you're most likely gonna win. Then I play 1 Perfumet, the mythical King of Phantom Beasts. This monster is what's used to get Master Talent to the graveyard to special summon out Diabelos. 2 Guardian Chimera for removal on your opponent's turn. Amazing card, Guardian Chimera. Just really great for continuing on to plays during your opponent's turn to destroy them, board wipe, you know, and also draw. Now, these are the 2 techs that I use with Mythical Sheep. Millennium Eyes Restrict, you can use Mythical Sheep and any effect monster to get out. So if you used, say, Gazelle and Mythical Beast, you go right into Millennium Eyes or Time Wizard of Tomorrow, and you can use their effects. This stops your opponent from using hand traps, although it might be a little bit too late, but you can also steal your opponent's monster that has activated their effects and then attack, and also the monster with that name in their deck, their effect is negated. Also, Time Wizard of Tomorrow, when you fuse and he hits the field, it board wipes the field, and then you flip a coin. Then whoever gets it right, their opponent takes half the damage of the total attack of the monsters on the field. And for the branded package, I play 1 Lubellion, 1 Mirror Jade, and 1 Red Eyes Dark Dragoon. So with Lubellion, you can shuffle back the material. If you use Dark Magician, you can go into Red Eyes Dark Dragoon or Mirror Jade, and Lubellion, you got the one removal with Mirror Jade with Lubellion in your deck. Then we got the 1 Red Eyes Dark Dragoon, absolutely broken, amazing card. Now these other 3 cards are mainly for if you get debarriered or the opportunity comes up where these will be useful to use to like board wipe or to extend with your cards. Chaos Angel can easily be made with Mirror Sword Knight and Apprentice Illusion, or Illusion Apprentice, Nightmare Apprentice, sorry. And it's a fiend, so it's also live with Chimera Fusion. And with using both materials, synchro monsters you control are unaffected by monster effects activated by your opponent. So Chaos Angel is unaffected by monster effects. Also, because you use dark, monsters I control cannot be destroyed by battle. So it kind of sounds like an illusion monster. Then also 1 Superstar Slayer Typhoon Sky Crisis. If you're not locked into fusions with Berfomet's effect, you can use Superstar Slayer, and then your opponent can't use monster effects above 3,000 attack. Also, if you detach 1, you can send one of their monsters back to their hand. Yeah. And then if you've attacked with Superstar Slayer, you can't exactly go into Zeus, but if it's still on the field the second turn around, you can go into Zeus. Yeah. Anyways, that is my deck profile. I might cut out Divine, Zeus, and Typhoon, or just cut out Zeus and find something else to put in. But if you have any ideas, let me know. First combo we're going to do is with Cornfield Coatl. Cornfield, you're just going to send from your hand to the graveyard to search you 1 monster that mentions Chimera Fusion. You'll get out Mirror Sword Knight. Mirror Sword Knight, normal summon. Then you're going to tribute itself to activate its effect to special summon out Big Wing Berfomet. Big Wing Berfomet in defense mode Activate effect to search you out Chimera Fusion and Gazelle. Activate Chimera Fusion, Fusion Summoning, Big Wing Berthmet, and Gazelle into Chimera, the King of Phantom Beasts. Chain Link 1, Chain Link 2, Chain Link 3. Chain Link 3, you're going to add an illusion monster from your deck to your hand. For this one, we're going to get out Diabell's, the original Sin Keeper. Then, activate effect. Since Chimera's on the field, return to hand. And Mirror Sword Knight's on the field. I forgot to activate the other effect. So, Chain Link 3, Chain Link 2, Mirror Sword Knight, Chain Link 1. Bring back to hand, since Chimera's on the field. Activate effect to use these 3 or these 2 to go into Berthmet, the mythical King of Phantom Beasts. Activate effect to send a card from deck to grave, which will be Master Tau the Chanter. Activate Master Tau the Chanter's effect to special summon out Diabell's in defense mode. There. You should still have in your hand 4 cards. As well, Diabell's, your opponent has to set cards before they can use them, or set spell and traps before they can use them, so they can't use just normal play spells. Great against going to get branded. Also, you have a target negate, a monster negate. You can re-summon out a monster. So if they get rid of Diabell's off the field, goes to grave, you can just banish Chimera to bring her right on back. Yeah. That's that one. Now you can do the exact same combo, but instead of Diabell's, you would just send Barrier Statue to the grave, and then on your opponent's turn, you would banish Chimera to special summon out Barrier Statue during the draw phase. Right on, so that was my deck profile for it today. If you liked it, comment down below what you think I could add to it to make it even better, or even give it a little roast if you want. Doesn't matter to me. Anyways, love you all. May the heart forever be in your cards. Don't forget to subscribe, because if not, I'll delete your Master Duel account. Cheers.